If your home has been coming soon longer than some relationships, we need to talk. If the listing's been sitting there like leftover pizza in the fridge, same box, no bites, there's a good chance the price is the problem, not the wallpaper. Hey, it's you real estate pro and professional overpriced listing therapist. In this video, we're going to break down why, in a slow market, pricing your home correctly from day one is not a discount, it's a strategy. You'll see what really happens to an overpriced home, how it affects days on market, showings, and your final sale price. And why let's just test a higher number first usually backfires. The 2025 market reality, also known as why buyers are pickier. In the pandemic days, you could list a broom closet and get 5 offers. Now, not so much. According to Realtor.com's October 2025 report, active listings are up more than 15% year over year, and the median days on market is 63 days, about 5 days longer than last year. Translation: buyers have more homes to choose from and are taking their time. Zillow's national data shows a similar picture. Inventory is over 1.3 million homes for sale, and more than half of recent sales, about 54%, are closing under list price. So buyers are negotiating and often winning. At the same time, mortgage rates are still not cheap. Freddie Mac's survey has the 30-year fixed around the mid 6% range in late 2025, down from last year, but way higher than the 3% era everyone remembers. Higher rates equal higher monthly payment, which means buyers get very sensitive about price, and sellers are feeling it. A recent Zillow study found that around 27% of listings nationwide have had a price cut, with the average cumulative reduction about $25,000 per listing. So the big picture: more inventory, homes sitting longer, and discounts and price cuts becoming normal. This is not the moment to play, let's see if someone overpays. What actually happens when you overprice? The Wall Street Journal recently looked at 2025 sales and found that more than half of homes sold this year through October had at least one price cut. Using National Association of Realtors data, the article shows that homes that needed a price cut spent about 5 times longer on the market than homes that were priced right from the start. Even worse, the longer a home sits, the bigger the haircut. The WSJ charts show that by the time a listing has been sitting for several months, the average total price reduction reaches the high single digits to low double digits relative to the original list price. So, overpriced homes go through 3 painful stages. The cricket stage. First 2 weeks, you expect a parade of buyers. Instead, a couple of showings, no offers, and your agent refreshing the listing like Instagram. The what's wrong with it stage. After 30 to 60 days, buyers start asking, why is this still on the market? Even if the house is fine, the story looks bad. Algorithms push fresher listings. Agents use your home as a comparison to show how nicely priced other ones are. The huge discount stage. Eventually, you cut the price, sometimes twice. By this point, Redfin says the typical home is already selling for about 1.5% below the final list price, and only about 1/4 of homes are selling above list, lowest October share since 2019. If you started too high and then had to cut, you've basically trained buyers to expect a bargain. 2 sellers, 2 very different outcomes. Let me give you a simple story. Seller A, let's just try higher. Emma's home should realistically list around $600,000 based on comparable sales. She says, let's start at $650,000. We can always drop later. Week 1 to 2, very few showings, no offers. Other homes priced correctly are getting the traffic. Day 45, first price cut to $625,000. Buyers have already seen it online for weeks and scroll right past it. 90-day, second cut to $599,000 to get serious. Finally, after almost 3 months, she gets one offer at $585,000 plus a request for closing cost credits. By the time you add extra mortgage payments, taxes, utilities, insurance, and the emotional wear and tear, Emma's let's test higher strategy cost her money. Now meet Carlos, same neighborhood, similar home. He lists at a sharp, realistic $599,000 from day 1, right in line with the comps and slightly under the predictable range to create urgency. In week 1, Carlos's home received 12 showings. By day 10, he had 2 offers, one at list and one slightly over with better terms. His home was under contract in less than 2 weeks at $605,000. Carlos moved on with his life a month earlier with a higher net and fewer gray hairs. Did Emma's house ever magically become worth more? No, she just took the scenic and expensive route to the same or worse number. Let's tackle the classic seller objection, starting with, we can always drop the price later. You can, but here's what you lose: momentum. The first 7 to 14 days is when your listing is fresh and most visible. Waste that window with an unrealistic price and you don't get it back. You also lose perception. Every price reduction sends a signal something isn't working. Even if the home is perfect, the market story becomes overpriced, stale, maybe the seller is getting desperate. Finally, you lose negotiating power. By the time you reach a realistic price, buyers often think, let's wait, they'll cut again, and come in even lower. Objection 2, but buyers love to negotiate. I need room. In today's market, buyers already know the market is slow and that inventory is up. Realtor.com's data shows 63 median days on market and consistent double-digit year-over-year inventory growth. They're already negotiating. If you start way too high, your home may not even make their shortlist. Serious buyers look at homes that are in their price range, aligned with recent sales, and not obviously out of touch with reality. You're not leaving money on the table by pricing correctly. You're getting to the table at all. Objection 3, my home is special. Totally possible. But even special homes live in a world of comparable sales, buyer budgets, and mortgage payments. Remember, buyers don't see your memories, they see square footage, condition, location, and monthly payment. Your pricing strategy has to speak to them, not to your nostalgia. Let's talk about the upside of getting this right from day one. Correct pricing leads to more showings, which in turn leads to better offers. Priced correctly, you sit at the top of more buyers' search results and agent alerts. Algorithms love realistic pricing. Humans do too. This also means shorter days on market. NAR data shows that homes priced right from the start can sell in a fraction of the time. Less time on the market usually means fewer lowball offers and less stress. When a home is obviously well priced, buyers compete with each other, not with you. You're more likely to get close to list or even a bit over versus chasing the market down with multiple cuts. In other words, correct pricing is not being cheap, it's playing offense instead of defense. So here's the big takeaway. In a slow market with higher mortgage rates, growing inventory, and more price cuts, testing an unrealistic number first is usually the most expensive experiment you can run. Pricing your home correctly from day one is a strategy, not a surrender. It protects your time, your sanity, and your bottom line. If you're thinking about selling and you're not sure what correct pricing looks like in your area, drop your questions in the comments. I read them all. If this video helped you see pricing in a new way, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a friend who keeps saying, we'll just try high and see what happens. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.